Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Real on the Real. Hi, ladies.
Hi,
My name is Uchenna,
and I'm IJ.
And I'm Dior.
and we are in for the season finale
Thank
of,
God.
don't say that, of The Bachelor, season 25 of, oh my God, I can't remember his name. Matt
Man.
James, how could I forget?
Right, right.
The first Black Bachelor ever, and what a season it has been.
Truly.
It started off, it took off fast, and then it just exploded with a bunch of controversy that never let up. Like
Mhm.
every day, something new transpired, and it kept on going on and on and on until last night when it finally ended. Well, not even really, because even today it was also in the news. But you know what? I mean, as Matt said yesterday, oh, today actually on Good Morning America, he was kind of happy things turned out the way it did because it shed a lot of light on all the inequities that's been going on, and it brought realizations to people that people didn't know what was happening, and you know it was good. It was kind of good that it happened.
But Uchenna, what was it? What was the inequalities that he was talking about?
Well, people, well, the inequalities.
Yeah.
What's been going on The Bachelor? How unfair things are on The Bachelor. How like, okay, so on one thing that I never shared it with you guys, but there's this site on Instagram where this girl started maybe like 8, 10 years ago, where she started um, gauging she started taking data, statistical data on The Bachelor. And so Bachelor claimed that ABC claimed that this season was going to be the most diverse season ever. And behind the scenes, also, they were going to hire more producers, more people behind the scenes, more contestants. And it was, I think it was like 77% or 75% BIPOC, Black, Indigenous, people of color contestants. And it was.
Mm-hmm.
But she then took like she then took statistical data of every single person's show airtime on the show. She took
Wow.
the minutes and she put an Excel sheet, and then each episode she would put it on Instagram. And
Mhm.
it showed that even though there were like 75% BIPOC people, the 25% of the white people had like 75% of the airtime.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
even though they claimed that it was going to show black love, that it was going to show black people, give black people more airtime, the opposite happened.
Did
Even to
anybody
the
did
point
anybody talk
where,
about this?
They did. I read some articles about it, but that's as far as it went.
but
But now that
now
mhm.
that you say that, I mean, even like when they picked the next Bachelorette, like they couldn't just pick the black girl; they had to pick two.
Right.
You
And
know.
and they said the reason why, and the first one going first is Katie. Katie's going first,
Hmm.
and then Michelle. And it's almost always the runner up is the next Bachelor or the Bachelorette, and it's always usually one of the top three. It's never someone beyond the top three. And Katie was like not even the top four,
Yeah.
and but Katie had a huge following on Instagram. People love Katie, so that's why they chose her. And they said the reason why Michelle wasn't going to be the first Bachelorette, instead she's second, was because Michelle didn't want to leave her third grade class. She had to leave her third grade class to be on The Bachelor, and she didn't want to leave them again. And that's the reason why she wanted to go back and teach, and then come back after Katie sees it and be the next Bachelorette.
I think the reason why she didn't do it personally myself is she's just getting over a heartbreak.
Well, she's gonna do it, but she's going to do it second. I think that they didn't want black, black, black. I think they wanted a white person to give
In the
space
pit.
between all the
Yeah.
blackness on the Bachelor Nation. I don't think Bachelor Nation could take black on black on black on black. I think they needed to space it out and put a white person in there. So I think that's why.
Wow.
That's my opinion. I don't know if it's true, but
Hmm.
you know.
Okay. Okay. Well, I personally myself feel that it was one of the most chaotic seasons
Hmm.
ever for The Bachelor. And even even near the very end, it was so slow. That in itself was drama. Everybody talks slow. Everybody moves slow.
Hmm.
Even the climb down the huge hotel, where did that come from? Why did they even throw that in there? You were going to get rid of her. Why even bother risking her life for
Well, you
nothing?
know what? I think that's what they're doing now. I don't think they're having it where he's choosing two people at the end. I don't think they're doing that anymore. Because
Why?
I don't know, because Tasha also didn't have two people at the end. And I think the previous season they didn't have two people at the end. I think
Hmm.
they're having them get rid of the person before the final rose ceremony.
Before the final. Okay.
Yeah, just
Okay.
so maybe not to put the person through it. I don't know.
Oh. Hmm.
I don't
Well,
know.
it's probably the cheapest bachelor of all time
Mhm.
Yeah,
because
because
they didn't spend much money. And
because of COVID. Yeah.
right. But one of the things I did read was that during their the night over, stayovers, whatever, overnighters,
Hmm.
like Katie's own was lavish and romantic. And that kind of told me, besides everybody knowing it was her, that it
Hmm.
was going to be her in the end.
Right. Right.
Rachel.
Hmm.
Because she got the fireworks, the hugs and the kisses and so
Right.
forth. And, you know, in the end, I said to you, Chenna, yesterday, should we feel bad because he chose a white girl? I
It's
mean,
not
they,
that to me. It was just nothing remarkable about her.
she was
Even when,
beautiful.
well, what I'm saying is like he kept talking about a connection with her, but whenever he would tell her things about his past, like when when there was the three girls, he told each of them like about his father, like talking with his father. I felt like she was really the least compassionate one and didn't really care, couldn't
Hmm.
relate.
Right.
Some of the other girls, like they technically couldn't relate either, but they were able to like kind of put themselves in his shoes. She
Hmm.
just, I don't know. I just didn't understand what he was. Honestly, I
Chemistry.
could tell through this season that he wasn't ready to be in a relationship.
I could tell that too. You could tell that too, you, Chenna.
Hmm.
I could
Hmm.
tell that too, that he wasn't ready for a relationship. And but I feel like she truly liked him.
Yeah, I think she did. I think she was in love with him. And I think
Yeah.
he cared for each of the girls, but I don't think he was ready for an engagement. I think he wanted a relationship, but an engagement he wasn't ready for.
I
And
think
I
he had
think,
too many psychological issues to deal with first, his
Mhm.
dad and everything else with that came into play with that. And that really showed when he sat and talked to his mom, and his
mhm.
mom told him love doesn't conquer all.
Yeah, that just put the bombazi on him. He was
Mhm.
like struck. He that
Yeah,
changed his whole perspective. Like,
right.
yeah. Well, what did you think about his brother?
Now,
That grill.
His
That
brother
grill.
was like that in
you
a
see, he
costume.
had thread. His hair was threaded.
Oh, was
Really?
it?
Yeah, it was
Uh,
threaded. Just like, remember how mom used to do our hairs when we were
Mhm.
young with thread? His hair was threaded. Mom caught
Oh,
that right off the bat. She goes, IJ, is his hair threaded? I was like,
well, at
his
the
hair.
ends?
No, at the ends. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
threaded at the
Okay.
very ends. He had quite a
okay.
bit of it threaded down.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then
Yeah.
when it was hanging single ones, when Rachel came, that was all threaded. It was not braided. And
Oh,
it wasn't
okay.
twisties, it was threaded. So I was just like,
Okay.
all right, Nigerian, my man. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
yeah,
He was the opposite of
of
Matt.
Matt. Yeah,
Opposite.
he was complete opposite. And but
Uh-huh.
he was like, speaking some truth, asking the girls some serious questions.
Mhm.
He really wanted to know what the girls thought about Matt and what they saw, and Matt, and he was being the big brother. He was calm too. He was chill.
He was
Mhm.
chill.
Chill.
His
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
drink.
He was real chill with his drink, with his little
I'm
champagne
pretty
glass.
sure that when like he and Matt embraced, I'm pretty sure he said my nigga. I feel like I heard him say that. I feel like I heard him say that. What's up, my nigga? I feel like I heard him say that.
It's too funny. It's too funny, Christian. But,
Yeah, I was shocked to see that grill on him.
Yeah.
but what? Like I think like the mom was beautiful
Hmm.
and poised, and this was such an emotional thing for her.
Very emotional.
You know,
I was
did
surprised
the
at how emotional she was.
right? Was that marriage that acidic, that bad, that it just caused so much turmoil in their lives that they're still I mean, usually, like, if your son is talking about getting married and he's brought two women home and you have to meet
I mean,
them,
two great women. I mean, they both seem like,
right?
from her perspective, they both seem
She
great.
must not, and I didn't want her pushing off her thoughts and her experiences onto him.
But I
Hmm.
think a lot of parents, like we see this in Married at First Sight, are not really, they want you to like really know the person before you get
Hmm.
married. But probably because they know how hard marriages are
Right.
and you need some type of foundation. So I don't necessarily think it was like her trying to like put her negative experience on him, but just I think every parent is cautious when their child doesn't know the person that they're saying they want to marry very well.
Hmm. I mean, and just think about you. If little Keith was like, I'm gonna marry this girl I know her for 8 weeks, you'd be like, oh no, you're not marrying her.
Right, right,
Yeah, yeah.
right.
So yeah, I can totally understand where the mother was coming from because I wouldn't want that either.
And I think she also, I mean, like she knows her son, and she said that she would be surprised if he was ready for an engagement. So she knew that he probably wasn't in a place, no matter how wonderful these women are,
Hmm.
to marry someone.
And I don't think he's been in that many serious
I
relationships
don't
either.
think so either. I was going to say that too. Like I'm
Hmm.
not sure if I don't remember him mentioning that he ever was or.
Hmm. Yeah, I felt sorry for Michelle when he told her that he didn't see their relationship continuing. I
That
think
was devastating.
yeah, I think she was really shocked.
She was expecting it to be, he's coming over for the evening, chill, sit around, talk.
Hmm.
And then when he started talking and she gave him the presents, and then he started talking, I was like, no. Mom was
Yeah.
like, oh, he's gonna break up with her, he's gonna break up with
I
her.
told you.
I was
I
just like,
told
no,
you.
mom, he's
I
not
told
going to. I was like, no, no. She's like, yes, he is. Yes. Then when he said it, I was like, I was dumbfounded, just like she was.
Hmm.
I
I
was
was
just
like, no,
like,
no, he's not. He's not. He's gonna tell I just need to think some more. He was like,
right,
no, I don't see you being the one. I was like, damn,
yeah,
wow.
right. And it was just like he wasn't sorry.
He was sorry,
Oh
but
my
like,
God, I saw that one
but that's a
tear.
lot for a guy. How many guys do you know are gonna cry when they're breaking up with a girl that he's
You know
known
what?
for
They
I
six
mean, he's
years?
turned
had
away.
watery eyes like almost every show, so I don't.
He did
I wouldn't
not.
take
He
too
did
much.
not. He did
And then
Even when he
too,
was sitting on the what after the rose, like just little water pockets.
and then two, you knew this. You knew this when we were going down the walls.
No, I think he was still struggling. I think before he talked to his mom, I think he was in a good place with both of them. He wasn't sure which one, but I think his mom just like blew his mind. And then even with Rachel, he didn't see her the next day. He didn't go on a date with Rachel. And that like messed her up where she was happy that he wasn't going to ask her to marry him. She was just happy that he wasn't breaking up with her.
Oh,
So
if
yeah.
he asked her to marry, you think she would have said yes?
Oh yeah, she definitely would have said
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, she was just
So,
happy he
so
wasn't
in the
breaking
end,
up
is
with
she
her.
really racist?
Yeah, I mean, so I don't think she's racist, but she has racist tendencies. Like she's not like okay, so
She's
that one
racially ignorant.
she's racially ignorant,
And I think
and she
that's what the most dangerous thing is. Like you're marrying or you're wanting to be in a relationship with a black man, and yeah, you're completely ignorant to his culture.
right.
Um,
Hmm.
And
And
the
not only
issues
that,
that come along with
she
it.
also has some racist tendencies. She's liking Confederate flags. You know what Confederate flags stand for. You're
mhm.
from the South. You know what that means.
Yeah.
You're liking QAnon things on Instagram. You know what QAnon is all about. You know they're about white supremacy. You know they don't like black people. And then when she was in high school, she was making fun and teasing a girl for liking black guys, and that's what you're doing right now. So she might not be a hardcore racist, which I don't believe she is, because she went for Matt James and she got along great with the other black girls on the show, but she has, some racist tendencies. She does. And I think that what happened to her, and she went to that lady, and she went to that antebellum party. You know what that is. Like, she's
Mhm.
not dumb. She's from the
Yeah.
South. She knows what that represents. She knows what the South was. So I think that this happening to her helped her realize what she was doing and what her tendencies are, and hopefully that's helping her to change. You
Right.
know.
Um, so let's talk about the interviewer. I
Hmm.
can't even recall his
Emmanuel,
name.
Emmanuel, right?
I can't remember what it is.
Oh,
Emmanuel Acho,
oh,
Achu,
Is
right?
he a football player? Did
A
somebody say he was a
former,
football
a former.
former? Okay,
Hmm.
he's well spoken. You know, I don't know if it was his first time being a TV host.
Well, he does a podcast. He does
Oh,
podcasts, and I think he wrote a book or something like that. He does a podcast.
okay,
Hmm.
but I felt like he could have been a lot better.
People loved him. I was reading his reviews, and people thought he did an absolutely fantastic job.
The reason why is because he was sympathetic to Rachel,
Hmm.
and he spoke slowly, and he was articulate,
Hmm.
and he didn't go ham and didn't go in on her, and he didn't go in on blackness. He was subtle about it, and that's
Hmm.
what people appreciated.
Hmm.
But I did not appreciate the tight suit.
Oh, I know that suit
I
was.
didn't appreciate that whatsoever.
It was ridiculous.
I told my mom she needed to call ABC and tell them whoever is a stylist for this season just needs to get their licensure revoked.
They need to be
Because
fired.
from top to
They need to be
bottom,
canceled.
yes,
They need to can't be canceled.
like I don't even know. Like it was just horrendous. Everybody, I feel like Matt was in clothes that were too small the whole entire season.
Hmm. Hmm.
His pants were too small all the time. Jackets looked too small. Like it was just like for a little toy boy. It was just horrendous.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I thought he looked bad.
Oh, and
Uh,
people got so mad. People were watching everything on The Bachelor. So even though Chris said that he was going to step aside,
yes, I saw that.
he was doing voiceovers on the For Last Night. Even
oh, really?
after, yes, even after he stepped aside, and people like, oh, really? He's really stepping aside. So why is he doing voiceover work for ABC if he's really stepping aside? Okay, ABC, you're lying to us. So people were like on
Yeah,
it. They
yeah,
were on it. So you can't put anything past people. ABC, you gotta
Mhm.
watch. You gotta watch yourself.
right, right,
Mhm.
right. So what do you think about Tasha coming in as the
Host was
host?
Tasha and Caitlin Bristow.
Like why? Why do they need two hosts? Why can't it just be one?
You know why? You know why?
But Tasha's half white. I
You
know.
know
You got a
why?
drop.
So
You
what?
got a drop. I said you got a drop in you. You're black.
Yeah. So like, come on. You can't just be Tasha. It has
Huh,
to be
that is
both.
such a shame.
Mhm.
But maybe they don't think how popular is Katie Bristol?
Caitlin Bristow, I think she's pretty popular. Tasha's really popular too. I don't know why it has to be both of them. I
Why
mean,
about they
not
would
why.
have had Rachel Lindsay?
They couldn't. She's too controversial. I think she would have been fantastic. We love Rachel Lindsay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would watch Katie's season just to see Rachel, but
You know what? That would be the only reason why I would. Let's get to that. Let's get to that.
mhm, mhm.
Unfortunately, I will not be a part of Real on the Real during
Well,
the episodes,
I will watch it because I'm a sucker.
but I can't watch it. That girl gets on my nerves.
She's
Like,
boring
truly, she's
she's
dry as
boring.
F, and there's nothing about her to me that's beautiful. And the men that will go after her,
They just want to be on TV. They want to be instant famous. That's it. Because no one is lining up to date that. I'm sorry. No one's lining up to date
And
that
she was
girl.
a vibrator girl, right?
She was a vibrator girl.
Okay.
that was a total biatch through the whole entire thing.
But people liked her. People liked her.
Why?
I
Because
don't know. Her
she's
Instagram,
anti-bully.
she's at
Because she was
400 something
anti-bullying.
Okay,
thousand.
that's what okay,
Anti-bullying. Anti-bullying.
And I thought she was a
Anti-bullying.
bully. She's a
Yes, she was a bully
tattletale.
herself, but she was an anti, and you know how every single Caucasian person is always this anti. When I was in school, they used to call me Fat Judy, and it was just, and you know, and I had to. And they just can't. Oh my God, everybody's so anti-bullying. It just drives me crazy. Drives me crazy.
And what bullying when we were kids was like real bullying.
Amen.
We got bullied, especially you, IJ.
Sure did. Sure did. Sure
We
did.
got bullied so bad.
So I
That's
beat that girl's butt up, and then after that, it was on. It was fine after that. Yep, sure did. And you know, but do you see me talking about anti-bullying? Do you see me going around killing people because I was bullied? Do you see me um stealing, robbing, and doing all sorts of things? No, no. It happened when you were a kid. Grow the fuck up. Talking about anti-bullying, bullying. But you know what? The only thing I do have to say with social media now, when you got bullied, it was just the people that were there at that moment
and
at
the
the school, that
rumors.
little bit.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody calls you fat or what's up, it's
And
all
there's
over
pictures and stuff.
everywhere.
Yeah, it's different. Cyberbullying is like everlasting.
Mhm.
It's ongoing. Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, and more people see it, and you know,
Hmm
and then you know, and now it's like some embarrassing stuff, like
hmm
you know,
hmm
and people
Pictures
And
and
it,
picture,
yeah, everyone can get anything on video,
yeah.
pictures of anything.
yeah. So I can see why that would be harsh, but still, people grow some thick skin.
Hmm
Just grow
Yeah,
some
so
thick
it's gonna
skin.
be I'll report to you guys like while we're doing the other stuff. I'll let you guys know what's going on.
Yeah. I
I'll
don't even
fill
know if
you
I'm gonna
guys
watch
in.
Michelle's episode at Michelle's season.
Yeah, well, yeah,
And you know what, too? To tell you the truth, how do we know that they're really gonna do a Michelle season?
well
How do we?
they've already announced it, so they have
Yeah,
to.
but how about if they say, well, Michelle has decided she's met somebody and she's not gonna do it, or make up
And she
some
needs
damn.
to.
Someone.
They better get one of the other dark skinned girls up there to do it. But then you know what? If they did get a dark skinned girl, not even dark, just a brown skinned girl, brown
Mhm.
sugar,
Mhm.
like what men are they gonna get? They're gonna have to get brown sugar
Well,
men,
they'll get all the
white
range. No,
men.
they have to do all range type of people, all type of men. You
And will the
know.
men really? I feel like this is gonna sound bad. So you know the lady that was before Tasha, the older lady?
Hmm
I feel like that's how they feel about black girls.
Oh. Well,
Where
no, they
it's
loved Tasha. They were like when
no,
Tasha.
not Tasha, the lady before Tasha.
What I'm saying is they loved Tasha.
No,
So
the
that's not.
lady before Tasha
I
that got
know.
And
that.
you're comparing that lady, the other lady, to how they feel about black people. And I'm assuming Tasha's black, and she's saying they love Tasha. So they
Oh,
It's not
okay,
feel
the
that
okay.
yeah
way
yeah
about
Yeah.
they
But
when Tasha
Tasha
came in
was
they were
on the
like.
show before.
Hmm
She's been on the beach thingamajig, the paradise, whatever
Yeah.
thingamajig.
hmm
And Tasha is kind of wears her hair like a white
Well,
girl.
she's half white,
And
right?
she's half white. So okay. But bring somebody my skin color or your skin color up in
Mhm.
there, not you, Christian.
it. Yeah, I'm
You're
fine.
you're 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 not you're not a brown skin girl.
She
I
is
am
brown skin.
brown.
She is brown.
Thank
But
you.
she's like a lighter brown.
Hmm.
She's a lighter brown. So if I came up there, let's just say with some dreads and so forth, could you imagine?
You wouldn't be on
Ratings
the
would go,
show.
whoop. But then you
You
know
wouldn't be
what?
on the show.
I know. But you know what? I do want to say this about ABC. You can't really fault ABC for showing more white people than black people on the show because who predominantly the demographic that watches that TV show? You play to your audience.
I
Well,
mean,
no,
that's
that's
gonna
only
be it, period, because I mean, we're in the minority, so we're never gonna be the majority of the people watching the show.
Right, but if
well.
if
That's where you
ABC wants
have
to
to
make
make the
money, they've
change. The
got
way
to.
you can't go by that. Then there'll never be black movies. There'll never be black TV shows. There'll never be anything but white people on
Well,
TV
if
in
black
movies.
people would
So you
band
can't do that.
together, if
You
black
can't
people
do.
would band together, yes, because if they ABC makes money from commercials, right? The more people viewing your TV show, the higher the more money you can charge for commercials. So if you start showing black people here, black people there constantly,
Yeah, but you
and nobody's
have to
watching the
make it
show, then
look
you're
like
not going to have
society.
any
The
what?
white you have to make it look like society. It's just not all white people in
No, well,
society.
you have the show Blackish.
And there's white people on Blackish.
Oh, but 95% of the show is on black people.
All right, but that's one out of 50 million shows.
Then you have that other show, the spinoff from Blackish.
Okay, that's 2 out of 50 million shows. Okay, you
Then
can't
you
compare.
have
You
um,
can't compare the amount of black shows to the amount of white shows. You just can't.
Real Housewives of Atlanta.
And how many Real Housewives are there? And how many is just one? We have one that's dedicated to black people out of 10.
No, there's Housewives of Atomic.
Okay, two.
It's the only two.
There's only two.
Love and
And
Hip Hop.
Potomac is only season what, 5?
Okay, I can see what you're saying, but I also see ABC's point of view,
No, I don't see ABC's point of view
where
at all.
they need to
No, I don't
sell.
see ABC's point of view. They're at season 25 and they've had one black bachelor. No.
And they've had 2 black bachelorettes.
They've had in the past 3 years. Hmm. So they've had 3 people in the past 4 years out of 25 years. No, I'm not buying it. That's why there's an issue with The Bachelor because it's not representative of United States. How many Asian bachelors or bachelorettes? How many Latino? It's not representative. So you know, you can't stick up for what they're doing.
Okay, I can see that point.
Mhm.
I can see that point.
But they said they're gonna try. So let's see how hard they try.
Mhm.
Mm.
Well, I'm happy that it's over with.
Yeah,
So
too.
happy.
There
But
was
yeah, I feel
a
sorry for Matt James. He's had an awakening. I think this
Do you
has
think
helped
that
him.
beard was part of his awakening?
I think so. I think that's part of his transition into realizing that he's a black man, and he's realized that there are real issues of race that he's never really had to deal with. You
And
know.
what about his friendship with Connor? Is that Connor?
No, I can't remember his name, but his best friend. I think it's still tight. I think
that's the guy that came on the show.
yeah, I think they're still going to be best friends, but I think it's realized. This has really helped him realize that there's real issues of race that he's never really dealt with before,
Mm.
and people didn't understand. Well, I should say, white people didn't understand why he couldn't be with Rachel anymore because they don't know what it is to be a black person in America.
And 2, I think he knew that Rachel, since she's not woke,
Hmm.
that eventually was going to break up. Things weren't going to work out because I don't think she's going to be able to deal with all the issues and trials and tribulations that he's going to have to go through. And then their kids are going to have to go through. You have to be strong.
Right.
And so, Matt, just stick to your kind.
Well, he doesn't have to stick to his kind, but maybe someone who understands what
Definitely.
what it is to be
Okay.
with a black person or to be black or has a better understanding of it.
Mm-hmm.
Who understands black history more.
Mm. Well, this has been a great segment, and we welcome all you new people that are following us. If you've loved our sessions, make sure you follow us for Real Housewives of Atlanta and Married to Medicine, and of course, one of our favorites, Married at First Sight.
Mhm. So
Which,
we will be filming on Mondays and on Thursdays. So check us out,
thank
and
you,
we will see
everyone.
you on Thursday.
Bye.
And
Christian,
Kristen, don't
for the
forget,
last
girl.
time.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below.
Below.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.